Hello, friends, and welcome to Take Two for this 4th day of March 2020. I'm Jeannie. I'm so glad you decided to come along for the ride today. Well, think about that for just a minute. What day is this now? Oh, excuse me, I just got to get myself situated here. I think about a story about a friend of mine from a long, long time ago. The young man, and he'd been pretty set in his ways. He was thinking about, going to college maybe, and wasn't quite sure about what he wanted to do. He had a little job and was still living at home with his parents, and he was like 19, 20 years old. And he just wasn't quite sure after he got his little 2-year degree from the local college what he wanted to do next. But deep in his heart, he knew that he wanted to go in some form of ministry. And he had heard about a school in California. Now, he was living here in the South, and he heard about a school in California that particularly focused on an area of the world where he wanted to work in missions. But it was, 3,000 miles away, so he was a little concerned about that. And finally, he bit the bullet, and he sent out an application. Everything got accepted to the school, and it was one of those kinds of schools that you could start any month, and so he thought about it, and he said, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So he wasn't sure when he was going to leave, but he looked at the calendar, and he just went into prayer about it. And he said, I think I know when I'm supposed to go. I think I'm supposed to go on the 4th of March. And his parents said, well, that's great, but why the 4th of March? He says, because that's the day that I pick myself up and march forth. He knew that that was the day, because that was sort of like a little sign to him when it came in his mind. That was the day he was going to march forth on March 4th. See, we have to make a determination in our hearts if we're going to do something. And once we make that determination, how do we implement it? Well, I think that the best thing to do when you're getting ready to march forth anywhere is to put on your marching boots. Yeah, that's what that young man had to do. His name was David. David had to put on his marching boots. He had to be determined that he was going to put those boots on, and his spiritual boots, and march forth into this project. He did end up going to school. It was very successful, and he did get to go and do the work in that foreign country that he wanted to go to, and also do some work here in the United States. It was a very fruitful time for him. It was wonderful. But before any of that could happen, he had to put on those boots. He had to determine that he was going to march forth. And for him, the best and most symbolic way that he could do it was to go on March 4th. So here's my challenge to you today, boys and girls. Do you have something that you need to march forth into? Have you been a little skittish about it and procrastinating and say, oh, I don't know if I should or not? Maybe today, being March 4th, is the day that you put on those boots, whatever they might be, okay? Whatever decision you have to make, whatever phone call you have to make, whatever thing you have to mail off, application, or go online or do something, whatever it is, or even just make a determination in your heart that you're going to go forth with a project. Put on those boots, because today is what better day to march forth than on March the 4th. Now go out and be a blessing to somebody today, okay? You may end up being the only one who is. And if you know somebody who's having a little bit of trouble putting on those marching boots, you stand by them and say, look, I'll even help you lace them up. But I'll be with you when you make that determination that you're going to march forth today. Now don't forget to go subscribe to my YouTube channel by going to YouTube and clicking on Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. You'll be notified every time another Take Two is posted. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful hump day, okay? And if this is the day that you need to march forth, I think God is speaking. March forth, boys and girls. That timing could have been any more perfect. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe out there. You could hear here in southeast Alabama, we're having some pretty crazy storms. So be safe. If you're in the local area, be safe, okay? And our hearts do go out to those in Tennessee who had those tornadoes and that loss yesterday. Maybe one of the things you need to do is march forth and head over to Nashville and help out if you can, okay? Or write a check or do what you can do. Anyway, all right. Didn't mean to rabbit trail there. I love you all very much. Happy hump day, y'all. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.